These videos will make you question reality. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check it out.
How you doing?
Not good.
What's going on?
Okay, you might come out here.
That was the night I called the police. We saw their arrival. It was in a teardrop-shaped balloon. It was humongous. It was across the street, hovering, 2 frequency sounds coming from it. It moved across the street and it vanished. Later that night, these appeared at the back of my yard. Now, I'm going to zoom in. For those of you who are saying people are faking this alien stuff, you guys, my story is real. My encounters are real. They came to my neighborhood in 2021 and it's just been non-stop. 3 houses they arrived to. Ours was the first house, a couple houses down, and then further down the road.
Before we go from there, did y'all see what I thought I saw? Are y'all looking in the trees? Because that's where I'm thinking I'm kind of seeing something kind of flash, look like maybe a face, but I can't really make it out and tell. It's looking like the trees though. Let me go back.
In 2021, and it's just been non-stop. 3 houses they arrived to. Ours was the first house, a couple houses down, and then further down the road, because we heard the doorbell ring. I don't have a doorbell. It was some type of signal they gave that they were there. You understand what I'm saying? This is my security camera, you guys, picking this shit up. For those of you who are saying you don't understand what ETs are and extraterrestrials and interdimensionals, you watch my videos and you go, I don't see anything, because you don't know what they look like. They have come in so many shapes, sizes, forms, colors. Actual creatures have come in my house. Some stood as short as 2 feet, some as tall as 9 feet. I've been taken up on a craft by humanoids, you guys. I call them humanoids because I thought they were human. But above their top lip, it's split open. Now, if you look at the front of that tree, you guys, that is where the portal is at. The people that was up on that ship, they were like doing something at that tree. And when they wanted to communicate with me, that whole front of that tree, it would turn into their face. And they would talk to me telepathically. This is a security camera footage. It's not been edited. It's not been none of that. I have the original of everything. So what happened in Miami? What happened in Las Vegas? That is real.
Good point.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not real. They are here. The next clip you're about to see, I recorded with my cell phone. This is before I even got the security cameras. That was the day they arrived. That's not a helicopter. That's not lightning. They were coming down from that light. I recorded it. This was the first thing my security, once I installed my security cameras, the first thing it captured. Now, if that was a speck, a bug, now y'all saw that shoot straight up, right? From that, that's a portal right there in my driveway. Now, why would the cat look back if that was something on the camera lens? The cat saw it coming. Now, y'all see that shooting up from that portal, right? What is that green light right there? That right there. So many of y'all. Those are planes she's recording. Those are helicopters. That is their ships. They're all up in my trees, and they go straight up into the sky. You guys, I took a collection of my best videos and I put it together for you guys. So you don't have to watch hundreds of videos. This is part 1. Now I'm going to give you guys part 2. So make sure you...
Listen, man, first she got to calm down, bro. I'm concerned about her. You can hear how stressed it's making her. You hear it in her voice, especially in the beginning. Her voice started off kind of trembling. And I instantly picked up on that. You know what I mean? In reality, this is how people are feeling, though. When people don't believe them, they're trying to be true and genuine about what they're seeing and give it to y'all. And see, a lot of times when people put videos out there, they're looking for other people who who are dealing with the same type of situation to kind of confirm. You know what I mean? They're putting it out to show y'all. They're putting it out to tell y'all about what they're experiencing, also for others to speak up and say that. You know, but she's not getting that. Obviously, she's getting a lot of pushback because maybe she didn't put a arrow or a circle around where the alien was in the tree. Because that's what I was waiting for. Maybe her to kind of point to it, give us a little, you know what I mean? Arrow. But she sounds stressed out about this type of stuff, man. We got to do a better job of providing. That's the same thing that's going on with David Grush and everyone that we're trying to get to come forward and speak about it. They don't feel comfortable because of how they're going to be viewed, the backlash for it, the consequences of them speaking out against certain agencies and what that can mean for their future, their family, their careers. We got to do a better job of creating a safe space, man. And clearly, we're not doing that. I don't know what to say about this footage right here. Probably fake, possibly. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be like, we've seen so much grainy and unclear footage. Like, who snaps this footage and not go completely viral? You know what I mean? So you're forced to say, this is fake. Gotta be. We ain't have nothing this clear yet.
UFO filmed in Colombia. Footage is confirmed real. Could be a drone, but no one can name the model. Therefore, it is an identified flying object. UFO filmed in Colombia.
Now, that don't look nothing like the jellyfish that we're currently seeing floating around the internet right now that they're currently speaking on the news and Congress and different ones. This doesn't look like that. So that leads me to believe, okay, if this footage here is real, what are we dealing with? What are we dealing with, fam? You hear often people talk about the different species. If this footage is real and the other footage is real, then we definitely got multiple species or different things that we dealing with, man.
It is the video of an unidentified object that is sparking debate and curiosity. No one can say for sure what exactly this is, and now for the first time, we're hearing from a Marine veteran who says he served on the base where the video was taken in Iraq.
Did you think when you watched it for the first time that, like, it could be, you know, non-human?
It crossed my mind because the theories that we had, like I said, didn't fully explain it.
Michael Sinkoski was an intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance tactical controller at the base in Iraq. He says the video was captured in 2017 and shown to him by colleagues when he arrived in 2018. Marines nicknamed the object the Spaghetti Monster.
When they started seeing it on the camera, they were watching it to make sure that it wasn't a threat. They kept an eye out, but it wasn't like we were scrambling to our defensive positions or anything like that. It was just a big unknown.
It is the video of an unidentified...
First of all, what about that makes you think spaghetti? What about that? I don't understand that whole name reference, where they got that from. But anyway, bro, like, I don't even know why they calling it the jellyfish. But I could kind of see jellyfish a little bit opposed to spaghetti something or another. Anyway, but the more I look at this, the more I keep saying to myself, man, we're actually seeing a possible video like this close. Remember the Tic Tac video? We got that footage, but still far away, still grainy, still little speck, white, moving around fast at different speeds. That's what we could tell. This hovering, floating around, just moving along, and then they say it goes in the water. They show the videos of it going in the water, coming out the water. Like, nah, this is different. I see why they held on to this one to the right time. This one here, because imagine them putting this out years ago before David Grush and them spoke. That don't really hit as hard as now. after they spoke, testified before Congress. Now you release this footage and let everybody see this. It makes so much sense now.
I've watched this video now more than a dozen times, and it's new UAP videos just like that one that are leading to more questions, not just from the skeptics, but also from the UFO community.
The skeptical theories doing the rounds are that this is either a bunch of balloons somehow tangled up and drifting in the wind, or that it's a smudge of dirt on perhaps the lens. Look, again, the Department of Defense could clear that up in a heartbeat by releasing what they know about this. And the other side of it is, of course, if we do see this footage of the object entering and then exiting from the water and accelerating, again, that would, if you'll excuse the pun, blow the skeptical theories out of the water.
We have reached out to the Pentagon to verify the authenticity of this video. We are still waiting to hear back.
A smudge on the lens, though? Like, I've seen smudges, bro. Does that look like a smudge on the lens? No. No way. Not at all. I'm trying to go back to some better views of it. That look like a smudge? No. And the fact that I'm trying to hear people say, oh, that's a person with a jetpack and all kind of different things, man. I'm like, bro, really? Y'all will say anything. Anything but try to figure out about aliens, bro. Anything to keep it from that type of talk and conversation, to steer it away from that. Y'all say anything. That's a man on a jet with a jetpack on. Cool. Just randomly. He don't get taken down. He don't get arrested. Nothing. Nothing. Our military just lets him fly all through around them and everything because he's not a threat.
Here's 3 of the best UFO videos you've ever seen, Pooshkis.
That kind of looked like ball lightning. Except, never seen ball lightning do that.
Tell me what you think of these amazing videos in the comment section. Shabadoo Booshkis!
That first one, at first one, I was like, okay, you could make a case that that's ball lightning, bro. But when it started like releasing things from it, see, in my mind, that's what I think be happening. We catch a glimpse of something. It has either already released the aliens to the planet or are in the process of doing so. You know what I mean? And that's what we may be catching sometimes. Wonder how they're already amongst us and different things. Stuff like this. That's one of my theories. Or this is some Project Bluebeam. We can always say that.
We have the picture of the chandelier UFO, as it's being called, but where's the video?
I will say this, is that there is more footage. So some people got to see portions of it within the intelligence community. There is a bigger story to tell. The object did go into the water for 17 minutes, and then it did come out and shoot off at an extraordinary speed.
Wait, are you talking about the jellyfish UFO or the chandelier UFO?
So let's separate the two for your audience. So what we are calling the jellyfish UFO is a strange morphology. I mean, it looks like a jellyfish, and because it went in the water, we dubbed it that. Some people called it the spaghetti monster, and that's awesome. But the other one, the chandelier, it's because if you look at it from the bottom, it looks like a chandelier. They're two separate events, military filmed footage of designated UAP by our intelligence agencies. So I'm talking about the jellyfish UFO is the one that actually showed transmedium capability. It did go into the water for 17 minutes, did come up and shoot off at an extraordinary speed.
We have the picture of the chandelier.
I'm surprised that now that everyone is aware that there's more, they're not being forced to release it. I'm surprised that they're just sitting on it. Nobody cares enough to say, okay, all this stuff needs to come out now and we need to deal with it. I understand proper steps. You got to go through the right channels and different things like that. But bump all that, man. Let's get to the bottom of it and put it to bed. Get to the bottom of it so we can prepare if that's what we need to be doing.
And some breaking news as the Pentagon has now released unseen footage of this mysterious jellyfish that was seen hovering around a U.S. military base in Iraq. And it reportedly even went inside of a lake and came back out as if nothing happened.
It does look like a chandelier and a jellyfish.
And soldiers at the military base nicknamed it the Spaghetti Monster. What's so crazy about it is that this video was actually taken in 2017, but was not released until yesterday. But now some people say that they've actually seen the same jellyfish. This video right here was actually taken in Mexico. But honestly, I can't even tell what this thing really is. Is it a jellyfish? Or is it an object with 2 legs and 1 tail? But chat, let me know in the comments, what do you think it is? And some break.
It's Bumblebee looking for Megatron. That's what it is, fam. Wouldn't it be crazy, though, if it is a Transformer and that's just something more to add to the mix that we got to worry about? Oh, man, I just got a feeling, fam. These next few years is going to get crazy. We're going to see and experience some things that we've been wanting to know, but may not want to know. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, though, right? You want to know. You want to get to the bottom and get the truth of it. But that might not be the best thing for us.
Hey y'all, Myra here. This video was just literally released on Twitter. It's footage of what is to be a UFO being chased, and it drops into the water and takes off, which we've known and have seen UFO on radar have done. The military has chased unidentified objects doing the same thing. This one happens to be caught on camera. Now, is this real or is this phenomenal CGI? You guys tell me. The first clip is muted, but I posted the second clip with the original audio. Like, post, comment, repost, let me know. Tell me what you guys think this is. Is this real or is this a phenomenal hoax? I don't know how you can hoax a helicopter and 2 jets, but...
I ain't gonna lie, the movement into the water was kind of fishy, man. No pun intended. It was something. It gave off like CGI-ish vibes. Like I can't put my finger on it, bro, but just the kind of weird movement. Now, that's not to say that this couldn't be real. I'm just basing it off of what I'm seeing and what my first thoughts of and reaction to the video looks like. But it gave a weird movement, motion, you know? But at the same time, that's what they're saying about these things. They're saying their movement is nothing like we've ever seen, with the speeds and its ability to turn, pivot, and maneuver. It's all been different. So that could be what I'm seeing at the same time.
Over active war zones right now, there is such an increased frequency of what they call UAP or UFO that they have these rules whether or not they fire upon them. And people got so mad at me for saying publicly on the news that we do fire at UAP. But why we do is not what people think. So when you have an active war zone, specifically the area of the world that I'm talking about in the Middle East, anything within 27 to 30 miles of ground troops gets fired upon. That's it. But I was exposed to documents that tell me a little bit more precisely how you choose what to fire upon. And what you fire upon is anything that appears that it could have a payload.
Really?
Yeah, because it would be a threat. What do they do with like the cubes surrounded by these spheres? Nothing, because they don't look like they have a payload. So they disregard, they're not part of the mission. So my point in saying that kind of on the news, I don't need to prove to anybody it's true. It is true. I speak with people that are there right now. It is true. And there's been such an increased frequency since 2021 that it has been pushed up to kind of like critical, where they're like, okay, these things are in our airspace. We could have collisions. But more importantly, we see other countries firing on these. Russia, Syria. We know it's not their assets. So the question is, whose are these?
So when you say firing at these?
Hellfire missiles.
Right. So you have this thing And what shape are these ones that have payloads?
I have images of one that we fired on. Looks like a jellyfish, man.
Like a jellyfish?
Yeah, I don't know. It's stiff, but that, you know, about the size of like a big coffee table. That's the one at least that we've fired on recently.
A big coffee, like this desk, maybe?
Yeah, about 10 to 12 feet.
And then it looks
domed, and then it has like, and they're not all like this, but this is the one we're talking about that I know was recently fired upon. There's no retrieval program that's known in these war zones. So even if they did hit something, like, first of all, would they be able to take it down, whatever it is? And by the way, we're eliminating that these are balloons, you know, drug smugglers who use balloons like that. These are objects that have controlled flight. So World War II, you know, you had these, both sides of the war, you know, all sides seeing these metallic spheres outpacing their planes. And they're like, oh, they're up to something. They got some cool technology. Problem is we find out both sides think it's, you know, the other sides. This has been happening for so long. I have an article, we can pull this up. I got an article from 1960, talks about a cube with a sphere around it. A fighter pilot, military fighter pilot, for 4 days, they were getting these. It was in the Alamogordo newspaper.
And so were both sides reporting the same, like, sort of formations and the same speed?
We thought it was their technology.
Right.
They thought it was ours. What's happening right now in the Middle East with the
same thing?
Yeah, because we're seeing Russians and Syrians fire on these, and we're sometimes firing on them. But whose are they?
When you say we're seeing, so is this like reports from soldiers that you're getting? Like, where are you getting this information?
Okay, so people that work in collecting this data are a little bit frustrated. And I think they're frustrated. They don't have a way to put it up through the chain of command. That it gets lost in translation.
Or they just suppress it.
They don't even spend, I don't even think it's nefarious. They just don't spend the gas to go look at something that it's not part of the mission.
Right.
There's no proactive UFO discovery process. It's all kind of reactive over active war zones right now.
I had to look up payload. So that's what I was grabbing my phone for, because that was the only thing I heard that I was like, okay, what is a payload? You know what I mean? And the definition of it is the load carried by a vehicle exclusive of what is necessary for its operation, especially the load carried by an aircraft or spacecraft consisting of people or things such as passengers or instruments necessary to the purpose of the flight. So thinking that it could possibly have people or whatever on it, that's why they're not firing on them, because they can't tell. It's basically the unknown, I guess is what I'm getting from it. You know what I mean? Anybody with a better explanation of payload, please put it in the comment section. That can do a better job of what I'm saying, but I basically read you the definition of it. You know what I mean? But again, this is what we're seeing. This is what we have. This is what's in front of us right now we're dealing with. It's like somebody said the other day, it looked like a flying quantum computer. Like it looked like a flying computer going through the air, bro. And then technology-wise, it probably is. It's probably a very high-tech flying computer with probably what's on there, the controls, the capabilities, the technology. Yeah, it's probably very high scale.
Jellyfish UAP is legit. Let me explain. Military information said this object was jamming the radar. The thermal changing was super strange, and I came across someone who said they worked with some of these platforms and never saw anything like it. We also have 3 other footage accounts of these jellyfish, and I have these at the end of the video. Bird poop is the dumbest comment I've seen. All this from the skeptics today. First off, a smear would be in focus. You would have to be zoomed out, and these weapon arrays can bullseye a target from 20 miles away. So if they're indeed tracking a UAP, smear would be blurred to barely noticeable, depends on the sensor size. And this is a little video just showcasing that very thing. And this is with an iPhone camera, let alone a lens that could potentially do 30,000 plus zoom or whatever the military has. The other thing is the object does move. And this wouldn't be the case if it was a smear. Plus we have different angles. It also, the thermal changes with the object, so that couldn't happen with the smear. You would have to heat up the lens. That would destroy the equipment. Here's some different pieces of footage from all over, from different years, including one that's over 14 years old, and showcasing these jellyfish-like entities. Jellyfish.
Listen, I'm glad he did a breakdown of that for people, but I feel like he probably just wasted air. You know what I mean? The ones you're trying to break this down and explain this to are never gonna believe you anyway. An alien can tap them on the shoulder and say, "Hi, I'm an alien from such and such planet," and they're still gonna be like, "No, you're not. No, you're not." So you're just wasting your breath, but it was a really good breakdown of the whole lens situation and everybody saying it could be a smudge. You know what I mean? So listen, y'all get at me in the comment section and let me know what you thought of these videos, fam, and which side of the line are you on? Or are you neutral and you want more evidence? Totally fine as well. You know what I mean? As Corbell said, there's more to come. So y'all get at me. Let me know what you think. Stick around and stay tuned till next one I'm gone.